After becoming old, broken, yes, those signs were Madhava, Bihar, Jaya Madhava, Bihari, Janavallabha, Jaya Gopi Janavallabha, Giridharadhari, Udananda Braja Janara, Yashodanandana Braja Janaranda, Yamunatira Vanachari, Indra Bihar, Madhava, Bihar, Om Namo Bhagavate Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Bhakti Krishna Sudhama Bhagavate Magana Pisa Palona Sarisa Swadinodita Srimad Bhagavatam Sarkam Chapter 28 verse number 42 Sarvabhuteshu Tatmanam Sarvabhuteshu Tatmanam Sarvabhutani Tatmani Sarvabhutani Tatmani Etanyanya Bhavena Chitta Ananya Bhavena Sasadatmam Bhuteshisya Atmane Atma Atmane This is for 42. This is the fun with for those devotees who don't know the fun. They actually otherwise they can. Sarvabhutesu Tatmanam Sarvabhutesu Tatmanam Sarvabhutani Tatmani Sarvabhutani Tatmani Visheta Ananya Bhavena Visheta Ananya Bhavena Visheta Tadatmata Visheti Tad Atmani Tad Atmatam Tad Atmatam Udesu Iva Tad Atmatam सर्वभूतेषु च आत्मानं सर्वभूतेषु च आत्मानं सर्वभूतानि च आत्मनि सर्वभूतेषु पठितु चित्तान्य भावेन भावेन भूतेषु इव तत् आत्मना मतां भूतेषु इव तत् आत्मना Bhutesu even 42. Sarvabhutesu, Sarvabhutesu, in all manifestations, in all manifestations. Cha and Atmanam, Atmanam, the soul, Sarvabhutani, Sarvabhutani, all manifestations, uh, should he should see Ananya Bhavena, Ananya Bhavena, with equal vision, with equal vision, with all manifestations, in all manifestations, Shiva, and Sat Atma, Sat Atma, Sat Atma, Tam, the nature of itself, the nature of itself, translation and purpose by yeah. A yogi should see the same soul in all manifestations for all that exists in the manifestations of different energies of the. In this way, the devotee should see all living entities without distinction. That is realization of this supreme soul. As stated in the Brahma Samhita, not only that the supreme soul exists each and every universe, but they enter in the atom. The supreme soul is present everywhere in the geometric space. And when one can see such soul everywhere, one is liberated from material wickedness. The word Sarva Bhutesu is to be understood strongly. There are four different divisions of this entity which sprout from the earth, living entities born from the fermentation or germination, living entities which come from earth, and living entities which come from the embryo. These four divisions of living entities are explained in 8,400,000 species of life. A person who is free from material recognition can spend quality of respect to them everywhere or in every manifested, every manifested living entity. Less intelligent man thinks that plants and grass grow out of the earth automatically, but one who is actually intelligent and has realized the self can see that this growth is not automatic. The cause is the soul. And the form come out to material bodies under different conditions. By fermentation, laboratory and germs are. But this is due to subsistence of the soul. The natural scientists think that roots are lifeless, but that is not a fact. From biological we can understand that living entities in different forms. Forms are generated under different conditions. Birds involved from earth, from and these human beings are born from the embryo. The perfect vision of a yogi or devotee is that he sees the existence of the living entity everywhere. And then after Ram, who takes the and a yogi should see the same soul in all manifestations for all that existing manifestations are different energies of the. This way, the devotee should see all the entities without distinction. That is realization of this. यो मां पश्यति सर्वत्र सर्वं च मयि पश्यति. Yogi and devotees should see without limitation everywhere. Even though plants, animals, man-made, and other atoms, everywhere Lord is residing. Sometimes people argue that if you see everywhere in Brahma, once upon a time what happened? We are just going to go with the food distribution, other cities. And at the prasadam time, we send a devotee to practice banana and just he just try to cut and one sadhu stop. Hey, mulk, don't cut. Hey, police person, why you are caught? It's a branch, leaf of the banana. That is a Brahma. You don't know that? And he just came back. That same person said, told me that there is Brahma. I should not cut. Okay, I don't want to do that. Then uh, senior devotee sent to me. I went. I tried to cut and he came and stopped me and he told me same thing. Then I asked him, what what do you do? He tell me. And told me that I'm just having like some sag, meat, some vegetable. Why you are? There is also Brahma. That means you are not feeling Brahma means you are having whatever you are having. My understanding is that, and what we learn from our society is that whatever the recommend by the Lord, we should eat. Patram pushpam phalam toyam. That means we can have. This is also patra. We are not having this. That is using as a food, banana leaf for plate like that. And people thinking like that, Brahma is there, but they are same question many people are asking. How, if you think like that, you are going to told us to give up, you eat it, but what the difference between eating fruits and vegetables and meat? It's all are same. They all have life. Soul is there. Why you are? That means God established the law of nature that jivo jivasya jivanam. What is jivo jivasya jivanam? Hmm? Oh, ये तो हो गया लेकिन उसका मतलब क्या है अपदानी सपदानाम अहस्तानी अहस्ता मतलब जीव जीव के ऊपर निर्भर से so that law made by the Lord, yeah, yeah, not by us. No, but for the see in the science or science say like evolution, like according to what are eating exactly. And then that is called they are called an ecosystem. Ecosystem. But in our Vedic scripture and Bhagavatam, God established that Jivo Jiva Sujivanam, having go to another river and they serve with her human being, not for that purpose. No, human beings have to eat fruits and roots. Yes, fruits, vegetables, and food grains. They supposed to eat that recommended by the Lord, not human beings with the goats and follows all the things. No, 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 no. Because whatever the recommended from the Lord, if we are just doing that under the guidance of the bona fide spiritual master, that make us pure. Otherwise, just simply by concentration in the mind, and oh, why we put like this all wisdom and zero is the wisdom. If he is not established that, and that will nobody is going to eat another. They are saying that is by nature, and Lord made different body for their enjoyment. That is not only whimsically made by the Lord. In different body, if human being wants to lots of enjoyment without Lord, just they wants to separate from the Lord, and Lord gave the opportunity to enjoy different body. So merciful. If we have seen deeply, and sometimes we are in the hot body. If you want to running fast, then we can do that. Sometimes we want to eat lots and get in the elephant body, and we can eat tons of things. Yes. Yeah. And if you want to stay all the time, and here we will get the fish body. All the time we are just staying nice, no food. So, so Lord is so merciful. And all living entities also take birth with the four types of this system. What is that system? फोर टाइप हिंदी में पढ़ा है आप लोगों ने क्या क्या लिखा है चार प्रकार से जिसका सृष्टि होता है कैसे लिखा है चार प्रकार से जन्म लेता है क्या क्या है अंडस पिंडस स्वेदस और जरायु फोर टाइप that means from the embryo from the egg from the perspiration and from the four type जमरा निकलता है ना हाँ से पसीना से perspiration से if we are putting things many days like garbage and there is a perspiration will come and many living entities will come and many souls also living entity means soul ah, like that that is one eternal creation another is and the egg but scientists saying oh within the egg there is no life but so far we are saying egg without egg yeah without life or egg is not within the chicken and other God. So whose mind is completely set and up to the clean up and you can see the Lord has it properly within the heart and then they understand that his body also like the only attachment and related unless and until we are thinking I am this body. I am not aloof from this body. But actually Prabhupada gives you like people study that like we are thinking a wife, son, their mind, but actually separate from me. But same as soul also aloof from this point. But so thinking that this is body, body only by me. contamination consciousness, and that is the base. So when the yogis and devotees know this fact and achieve both the supreme soul, human second paragraph. The word sarva bhutesu is to be understood as follows. There are four different divisions of entities. Living entities which sprout from the earth. Living entities born from the fermentation or germination. Living entities which come from the egg and living entities which come from the second. So from Bible, we can understand that living entities in different forms are generated under different conditions. Birds pulled from the eggs and fish and human beings are born from the embryo. The perfect vision of the yogi or devotee is that he sees the essence of all living entities and who God is. So योनिषु यथा ज्योतिरेकं नानासतीयते योनिनां गुणवैषम्य तथात्मा प्रकृतौ स्थितः. As fire is exhibited in different form of wood, so under different conditions of the modes of natural nature, the pure soul manifests itself in different bodies. It is so be understood that the body is designated. Prakriti is an interaction by the three modes of nature, and according to these modes, someone has a small body and someone has a large body. For example, the fire is a big piece of wood appears very big, and in a stick, the fire appears small. Actually, the quality of fire is the same everywhere. But the manifestations of material nature is such that according to the view, the fire appears bigger and smaller. Similarly, the soul is the universal body. Although of the same quality, is different from the soul in the smaller body. Small particles of soul are just like part of the larger soul. The greatest soul is the supreme soul, but the supreme soul is quantitatively different from the small soul. But super soul is described in the literature as the superior of all necessities of the smaller soul. Nitya Nityanand, one who understands this distinction between the super soul and the individual soul is above limitation and is in a peaceful position when the smaller soul thinks himself quantitatively as big as the larger soul is under the spell of mind. For that is not his constitutional position. No one can become the greater soul simply by mental speculation. The smallness or greatness of different souls is described in the Varaha Purana is Swamsa Vilinamsa. The Swamsa soul is the supreme personality of Godhead, and the Vinamsa soul are small particles, are literally small particles, as comes from the Gita. Mama Amsajiva Loke, the Gita. Small living entities are literally part and parcel. Therefore, it is not possible for them to be scientifically great as तस्मात् इमां सुप्रीतिं दैवीं सदशिवात्मिका भाव्यं पराभाव्यं स्वरूपेण thus a yogi can be in the self-realized position after conquering the insurmountable spell of Maya, who presents herself as both the cause and the effect of this material manifestation, and is therefore difficult to man. It is stated in Bhagavad Gita that the spell of Maya, which covers the knowledge of the living entity, is insurmountable. However, one who surrenders unto Krishna, the supreme command of Goddess, can conquer this seemingly insurmountable spell of Maya. Here also it is stated that the Devi Tattviti, the external energy of the Supreme Lord, is truly Bhavya, very difficult to understand and very difficult to conquer. One must, however, conquer this insurmountable spell of Maya, and this is possible by the grace of the Lord. When God, when God reveals Himself to the surrender soul, it is also stated here, Soru Sorupana Vastite. Yoruba means that one has to know that it is not the Supreme Soul, but rather part and parcel of the Supreme Soul. That is self-realization. To think falsely that one is the Supreme Soul and that one is all pervading is not Sorupa. It is not a realization of his actual position. The real position is that one is part and parcel. It is recommended here that one remain in their position of actual self-realization. In Bhagavad Gita, that this understanding is defined as Brahman realization. After Brahman realization, one can engage in the activities of as long as one is not self-realized, he engages in activities based on false identification with the body. When one is situated in his real self, then the activities of Brahman realization begin. The Mayavadi philosophers say that after Brahman realization, all activities stop, but that is not actually so. If the soul is so active in its abnormal condition, existing under the covering of the Maya, matter, how can one deny its activities when free? An example may be cited here. If a man in a disease condition is very active, how can one imagine that when he is free from the disease, he will act? Naturally, the conclusion is that when one is free from all disease, his activities are good. It may be said that the activities of Brahman realization are different from those of conditioned life, but that does not stop activity. This is indicated in Bhagavad Gita. Chapter 54. After one realizes oneself to be Brahman, devotional service begins. Not bhakti, labate param. After Brahma realization, one can engage in the devotional service of the Lord. Therefore, devotional service of the Lord is activities in Brahman realization. For those who engage in devotional service, there is no spell of Maya, and their situation is all perfect. The beauty of the living entity as a part and parcel of the whole is to render devotional service to the whole. That is the ultimate perfection of life. Thus, in the Bhaktivedanta Purport third canto, 20th chapter, Srimad titled Lord Kapila's instruction on the execution of the This is for what? This is Kapila Dev instruction his mother, the Bahuti. You have to start devotional service. And that's the instruction. Why one should follow the devotional service, devotional path. That's why giving all analytical order. Because our consciousness, our mind, our intelligence, our senses, all are spell of Maya and polluted. So we have to make them pure. So there is a pure consciousness. Then one can understand the spell of Maya and overcome the spell of Maya. This is the process, procedure to get rid of the flood of Maya. So just by the devotional service, one can conquer the कहाँ पाओ हम लोग नहीं योगी साहब जीत में भगवान के उपस्थिति परमात्मा के उपस्थिति देखता है वो बोला हेलो ढूंढ ढूंढ भनेको गर्भ बच्चा आउँछ नि पेटमा ढूंढ भन्छ इम्ब्रियो भनेर झालेर